Fuck that.
Just let me know where you are and we'll meet you.
I'm leaving right now.
Sweet.
At Malibu Club?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll be pulling up.
Oh.
Oh.
My bad.
You good, you good.
Yeah, stop pumping. Stop. Very good, man.
Yeah, what's with all the pros here?
Well, I'm not too sure. They probably thought you were Sandacos, bro.
Yeah, I just got checked, but
We got checked by Sandacos. Pretty fun. Alright, guys, wanna come over?
Anyone got any H on them?
No,
yeah.
man. I just popped.
Here.
I popped too.
Thank you.
You want the crack?
Always like. Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah.
Someone whistling at us?
Yeah.
Ooh. I've got that slow ass strut, man.
What's this?
What is there, 3 floors?
Yeah, there's 3 floors.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You wanna go for that?
No, we're good to go up top.
Okay.
I thought you guys would see me from the edge over there, so I didn't know if I should hang there or what.
My boy was
Yeah.
calling out that someone was whistling. I just weren't too sure where you was.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't want to seem disrespectful either. I didn't want to yell or holler or anything. I didn't know.
Understandable.
Has a nice little view on the beach. As I said, every part in Malibu has a nice little special place to it, you know?
That shit's
Yeah.
sick. There's like 3 floors. It's cool.
I know, it's fucking massive.
It's got the upper area too for the helipad up there. This place is huge. It's got a couple rooms that we're gonna try to rent out soon. I've been saying it for a while, but I really want to push that, so that might happen here soon.
Well, I remember the little idea that Pete had. Obviously, I don't want to bring up anything that used to be back then, but Pete had a really good idea with the women.
Mm-hmm.
That was a perfect place where at least execute it, you know what I'm trying to say?
We ended up doing that essentially one night. We had
I tried to get Kirsty working for us.
we
The head of
had
EMS at the point.
we had somebody. I'm trying to remember here words and names. Jesus Christ, right now. Nazzy came through with her girls, and a couple of them ended up taking private dances into the rooms and made a killing doing it. So
That's what I'm talking about.
yeah, it worked out being really good.
Put a little
But,
TV in there for them, you know what I mean? So they can put a little weird fucking shit on.
oh yeah, I mean the
Yo,
music or something, you know, maybe like a
Okay, yeah.
remote that they can
Get
plug
down
type
and dirty.
deal.
Well,
Mhm.
some of them, at least this place does well, you know what I mean? Especially with the new little phone thing. I do like the vibe. But what you
Yeah.
guys need is somewhere expensive, like how you got on Emerald. Like a 10 grand bottle of Dom Perignon champagne.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm actually
Take
getting a
your call,
call.
take your call.
His
Fucking
brick
calls.
phone.
Hey, how you doing? Sorry, I had to show it off. That's all.
Yeah.
It's great. It is
Ah,
good.
That
man, man,
ringtone
do that,
brings
man.
back some memories, you know?
I
Oh, it
fucking
does.
love that silly thing, man. I gotta be honest. The thing's great.
But it is really towards everyone's vibe here, you know what I mean? It isn't really somewhere really far apart of what it's supposed to be. I like it. It's a cool little thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool little thing. So,
Does
I'm
it cost
glad a
you a
lot
lot
of
to make
people.
it? Obviously, I'm
I'm
not
not.
asking for the recipe, but is it like a
I'm
lot?
not actually sure at all, to be honest,
Okay, yeah.
Jack, with you. It's a Vito has the recipe, and I have yet to ask him.
Yeah, yeah. You need to be
It was a
careful with that. You never
surprise.
want to say the recipe because people could replicate it. I just didn't know if it
Yeah,
was
no,
expensive to make or not.
it was meant to be a surprise, and I'm not sure how expensive it is. So again, it's all new to me. I haven't really dug down into asking questions about it. They gave me one yesterday, and they were like, "Yo, you gotta come to Malibu. Vito's gotta show you something." And I'm being dead ass serious, man. I don't look at nothing. I don't, he didn't, nobody told me anything either. So
Yeah.
I was genuinely thinking it was something for the restaurant. I hadn't even checked Twitter at the time because if I had
No.
done so, I would have seen that there was fucking ads for it already. But yeah, I just went down oblivious as fuck, jamming my tones. And next thing I know, I got this brick handed to me. I'm like, no fucking way. How does this
It's
work?
great, isn't it? It's sick.
Yeah.
I
It
think I
took me a
myself one.
minute to figure it out, but it works well, and it's definitely it's a showpiece until maybe a better idea comes to make it stick for your phone, if you know what I'm saying. But
Okay.
Mhm.
it's because like to make it work, essentially, if I get a phone call, I would use the brick phone, like I just did. I would use it. It would ring on its own, make its own separate ringtone, and then when it pulls out, I can pull up my other phone, if you know what I'm saying. It's like a
Oh,
weird,
yeah, yeah.
you're doing a back and forth between the two phones, and it gets it to stick, and it's pretty
That's
cool.
sick. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's really cool. So
Anyway, back to the point. At least at the moment, we'll give you some product to test. You got my boy here as well. He's a base for life. So what I'm gonna do is just so you can understand it ain't being spiked or nothing. Here you go, Doc. Here's one crack as well,
Oh,
so you
I
can
got a
smoke
guinea
it with
pig,
him.
huh?
Yeah.
hey, some of you know what I mean. A
And there
little
you
bit
go,
of
Tommy.
playtime
Here's
ain't
another
bad.
one,
Let's
so you
get
can
down
try
there.
it out as well. Best thing about it is though, before you smoke
Yeah.
that, smoke this.
Oh, hold on, I'm bugging out real quick. So what do we got here? You got a little plethora of
Yeah.
goodies. All
So
right,
smoke
so
your H, just your regular H.
good
So that's
morning.
gonna be basic stuff from nowadays.
Let's just say I
Let
actually
that
need one of
settle in real
these.
quick, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't
Really
tell
knows about
anybody,
this
but
stuff.
I needed
Yeah,
one
I
of
know,
those real
don't worry.
fast.
No
You know
one
what I
will know
mean?
about it, you know?
Alright, I'll test
Mhm.
this new shit now.
All right, try the other stuff. What do you got? Let me see.
Right, now smoke that shit as well if you want.
Ooh,
Good
this
shit, good shit.
Yeah, it's strong.
It's good.
Yeah, it's
Really
strong.
good. You test it.
Work.
Good purity, you know?
Oh yeah,
It's not
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Good purity.
Come from the best
You know,
cokers, right? You know what I mean? It
maybe
ain't cut with
smack,
no shit coat.
smack, Jack around a little bit after you smoke that, maybe.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
you're gonna have to punch each other so you guys can see it. So instead of punching me, Doc, you punch
Yeah.
Tommy. If you don't mind. I keep the crack pot, you know what I mean? It's a gift.
Yeah, come on, give me a hit me.
Nah, you don't got. I don't gotta hit nobody here. I
Nah,
believe
just
in
give
it.
me two. Have you seen it or you know?
I believe
You seen
in
the
it.
power?
Yeah. I
I get
actually
you.
found out yesterday, if you know what I'm saying. Somebody was
Fair
a little
enough.
fucking, a little too
Awesome.
fun.
Someone gave you the right hook.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. People were
That's
giving me 3
impressive.
hugs and I'm down.
Yeah,
You know what I
they
mean? I'm fucked.
They be amped up off that shit.
That's fucking impressive. I gotta be honest.
But most
So,
importantly, as I just shown you, if you smoke a H before it, you'll get the other effect, which will give you a little bit more to feel literally double up, as you would call nowadays when you double up the H.
yeah,
And on top
yeah,
of it, you punch hot.
yeah,
And I
exactly. So
think it
you
might
get
be a
more.
cheaper variable than actually buying H. And especially if you're doubling up constantly. Especially you and mostly anyone who's higher up in the family. They want to be doubled up just out of the fact if some dickhead comes and does a drive-by or this, that, the other. that little extra, fucking
Gotta
amount
make
of
sure you
times
don't
that it
overdo
saves
it,
you.
too, though.
Oh yeah, you need to be careful. If you need epinephrine, you can get some epinephrine as well to at
Yeah, I've
least
been hearing about that.
counter it.
Yeah, I gotta get me an EMS. We used to
I do,
have
yeah.
one for fucking Percocets and everything, and I gotta get back into that because that shit's useful. Gotta be
Yeah.
honest,
It is.
Adderall and all that shit.
Well, between me and
So-
you, as I said, Leroy, I gave him my contact in EMS, so he can always approach her if needs be.
Oh, okay.
He knows who I used to work with, so you can maybe go through her. You know, she's trustworthy at least.
Perfect. So, what are you looking to get for this?
I'm not willing to get nothing at the moment, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you 10 bags. What I'm gonna let you know is that I sold a bag before, and how much did it give you, Doc? I think it was like 750 or something. Clean
Yeah,
cash.
yeah. But you have to have like you want to be feeling nice and lucky when you do
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Definitely. I've heard of this. This is a big factor in a lot I've heard.
Yeah, I went
so
and I
maybe
got a
just
nice meal
yeah,
and then went and did it.
maybe sell a little bit, see what it gives you, and then
Okay.
you can maybe determine the price. Or obviously you can see how much you can sell it to other people. Where I think that's where the money would be at, especially if you bring up the topic of it doubling up.
Yeah, exactly. That's always something nice to know. I'm glad kind of shared that with me. I'm still obviously trying to figure out every little nook and cranny of it, but takes a little time.
It's
But
really
yeah,
not
it's
that bad.
nice.
As I said, it's cool.
Nah, it
Get it
seems
with
pretty
it, learn it. It's
straightforward.
something new, you know.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about it. Something new, something different. I appreciate the gesture. Like I said, I've heard a few different things on what it goes for, and the killer is like I'm trying to get a brick's worth of it so that I can essentially break down and say, okay, this is what a brick got him. This is what it'll get me if I got it. You know what I mean? And then
But between me and
do the
you,
math.
the
You
numbers that
know,
you're usually going to get off a brick is around 80 to 100.
so far as
And if
coke
if you get
bags,
100 coke bags,
yeah.
obviously if it's 3, you're going to make 33 crack out of one brick.
hmm And then,
So you can do the maths by that. If you're getting 750 by 33, you're making around 21k or something like that, 23k off the crack. If you're
off the
selling it
crack,
to locals.
okay, that's a base.
But if you
That's
can move it on
base
someone
price,
else, then you could make more. The
yeah.
only
Okay,
thing is
but
nowadays
that's
it's a
good
bit
to
of a
know.
weird one because people pay you 25k for the white bricks. But I don't know if it's because they do it for crack or if they use it for OBS. That's a bit of a weird one. That's where it like counters the market because people doing
Now,
OBS.
question for you, right? This is something that we were able to kind of fuck with back in the day, but there's multiple ways of making the drug worth money. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's rarity, it's uses, a lot of different things, or just mutual agreement in the market that things need to rise. You know what I mean? Or lower.
But that's something
Certain
that I
things
thought
though
about
won't.
back in the day with the H. If a lot of people
You
brought an
know,
agreement together, maybe obviously you can raise the market. But I just
well,
don't know if
that's
people
what I'm
have that much
saying.
interest in it yet.
I do. I
I know
do.
you do, but I don't know if others do. That's what I'm trying to
That's the thing.
reiterate.
It's like a lot of people have the issue seeing the between each other, the between me and you, like type of deals. I see it as like what we're doing here, distributor, supplier type of deal. Because I got guys that'll run the shit on the streets to locals. They don't give a fuck because it's not about whether it's a local or not. It's about whether or not the cops come and what kind of time and they got to do. You know what I mean? There's a
No,
lot
no.
more behind it, and it can get interesting, which
That's what
keeps
I'm saying.
people
I'm willing to
going
work
and
with you
moving.
as well. We
You
can
know?
reduce the price, obviously, for a certain amount, just to obviously get your drug business going. Because obviously, it might just be better
But
for
it
me
has to be
maybe to sell it to other
beneficial.
people.
It has to be beneficial for you and me. So like, and in a way, I don't want to get it cheaper. I don't need it cheap. I want it to be where I'm giving you a profit that you're happy with.
I know, but as long
You
as
know?
someone's modest, as I said, in the end of the day, you make a lot of crack as well, don't you? You know, so even if it's just 10 bricks, that will make you what, like 300 crack. I don't mind obviously reducing the price just a little bit, so it's makes you at least something off it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be
Right.
losing money at least.
No, that's the thing. That's where I don't want to find myself is at a loss. I want this to be beneficial for everybody. And that's I'm just trying to figure out the mathematics behind it. So if there's something somewhere I can
You've
make a
got two
big
factors
stink
here. I
about,
see two
I
moves on
wouldn't.
it. What you could do is you could take a loss and you could make a win. So what you could do is you could buy 20 code bricks, sell 10 for 30k a piece, buy the others for 20, and then you're making an extra 5 on it. So you might only, you know, make 20k off, or like 23k, I'd say. I think you make off the crack per brick. So if you're buying them for 20k a piece, you make 3k off them already.
Right.
If you resell them for 30k a piece, you're making 10k on the bricks already, and then you're making the profit off that to obviously take a loss with the crack.
But now, let's
Not a
be
loss,
real,
but not
man.
a high gain.
And between me and you, I'm just gonna straight up say it. I go to you for this type of stuff because it keeps an interest in my day. I want to buy things from you. That's like I said, I want it to be fair price amongst me and you, so it feels like it's going both ways. Because when it comes to me, I have an issue moving it to other people because they don't want it. They just don't want it. A lot of gangs will just go get it themselves. They're just
Yeah, that's
hard
the
up on
issue.
cash. They don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I want to buy it from you because, again, at least, no bullshit, the guys will run it out on the street. And a lot of gangs are still taboo with that for some reason. And I'm like, dude, I came up on that. That was
Yeah,
the
right?
best shit to do. It was the funnest thing ever. And nowadays, you don't even have to wash the dirty money. It's just clean. What?
Yeah, right.
Like,
Oh, no
in
way.
a really weird way, I wonder if that's what needs to get boosted so that at the end, you can ask more per brick of whatever. You see what I'm saying? And then a guy like me can still be satisfied when I get it and run it out on the street and see a profit.
Oh yeah.
Because then I would keep coming back to guys like you buying it. Keeps you active, keeps me active. And like I said, it doesn't just sit and build up. Sure, I'm going to use some of it. Sure, I might find a gang that's down on their luck in the moment, but the reliability of sale, unfortunately, from
It's
my
too
experience,
inconsistent.
it's just too inconsistent. The only consistent is locals.
Yeah, you can
You know
count
what
on
I
those
mean?
fuckers.
Exactly.
Always
And that's
around.
where you got to find that balancing act of where am I going to go with this? Am I going to focus a gang with it, or am I going to focus just fucking slinging it out to locals and trying to at least make, in my opinion, if I'm doing all that running around for 4 or 5 grand, it's not worth it. Jail time more than that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you at least got to see double digits, got to be 10 plus. Back in the day, you could get a Coke brick for like 20 grand, you know what I mean, buying it from another gang. Sometimes less if you bought it from or bought more, and then you would essentially see 32 or 34 sometimes or some shit, right? And then you do it all and wash it, and at the end you were just damn near like making enough money to buy another one or buy 2. You know what I'm saying? It was like just a double up, just a fucking hard double up every time, and that
The only
that
issue you
made us
guys
happy.
have,
Like,
and this is something that
was
I
shit
didn't know
back then.
before, but at least if you put 100 bags of coke in, I think you make around 34,000, 32,000 clean cash if you put them in your storage. So that's
See,
another fucked up thing about the people wanting to sell the crack on the streets. I think you actually make it
exactly.
less
I think
selling
the
it and actually
storage
running around and
fucks it
taking the
up.
risk. Even
Yeah,
though
they
it's cool
hoard
to
it.
take the risk, you know what I mean? I know what you're
They
trying to
just
say
hoard
right
it
there.
up or something.
The storage has
But it's
done
hard to
has
keep the
done us
motivation.
well, more or less with blue, right? But I've always saw the storage as kind of a hindrance because, like I said, I think you should be out on the streets selling it.
Yeah.
Makes more
100%.
Yeah,
sense.
it was a lot more cooler. I remember back in the day with the
Yeah,
Bro Boys. Remember that shit, Billy and
fucking
Doc
day and night.
running around dressed up as
Mhm.
fucking airport people
Airport
We
and
used to
shit
do that
like
all
that.
the time.
Airport people,
PD would
locals,
pull past you, they wouldn't know who you
they
was.
wouldn't
They would
even
think you were
know.
local.
Oh my
That's
god, I
amazing.
miss that shit, dude. You guys, dude, that's nostalgia, bro. I used to walk up and down the beach right here, man, and just fucking
Mhm.
stroll. You know what I mean?
Thing is,
gotta
you
stroll
spot out
right
like a
in.
sore
You just-
thumb, you know what I
Now,
mean?
Yeah.
dude, I'm talking back pre-surgery, my guy. I
I
used to
get
be
you,
one
I
of
get
you
you.
boys. I would just wear regular clothes, man. You fit right the fuck in.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
funny as
Just
shit.
blended with the metal detectors.
Dude,
It'd
I
be really cool
fucking
if they
love
tweaked
that
it. All
shit.
they need to do is add like an extra $400-$500 on it, and then you can actually make
That's what I'm
a
saying. This
decent
is
little
the
bit
type
on
of
it.
shit that I would love to personally take input like this and try to do something with it because I want to make a full comeback, right? And a lot
Yeah.
of my guys do as well. And we're trying to find the goods behind it. And right here, if we could set up good deals and shit, it's a lot of goods that go both ways.
Exactly.
When we leave here, we go do our own thing, and then fuck, we meet up again. Each time's a different thing. That's
Exactly.
even
Exactly.
better.
Keeps things fresh.
Oh my god! So it's like like I said, I'll take this, whatever you got. I'd even pay for it now if you'd like. That's no problem. And then
Don't worry
I'm
about
just
it.
gonna
You
keep
just sort it out,
practicing,
see
man.
what you make on it, and then
Yeah,
obviously
keep throwing
just
it
see what
around,
you
see
can
what
do with
happens.
it. As I said, I'm really not too worried about it anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. But I still think there's got to be, once I get the math down, I'm gonna make a stink to them dealers, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because my, mathematic, like thinking about it, right? If you're looking for H, people can get it around for what, 2K a pop, maybe
Right,
a gram.
right,
Um, and I would think crack would be on a similar price range, maybe 1750, maybe closer
right.
to 2K as well.
But the thing is,
Even at that
crack,
point,
you're using 3 bags of coke and you're using 1K30 to make it. But the thing is, you're using another $35 on baking soda, and then you're
yeah,
looking at another $35 on a bottle of water. And I think it's actually
You gotta
$70
make
on
that
baking soda because it's two.
gotta make the
Yeah,
stem
exactly.
too.
It fucking
Future
it
movie.
adds up.
So
That's what I'm
it
saying.
really does drop your margins, man. To be honest, if you're
yeah, your
trying to make
margins
money
are.
on it,
Kills it. And that's what I'm
it's
saying.
not about the
Like,
money. It's more just the money to motivate your boys to actually like at
of
times go out and
course.
do it. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm trying to say, man. I don't know about you guys, but when you live the crime life, you know what I mean? There's only so many avenues to take. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
And
100% correct.
if you could lean on something at least for the in-betweens. I mean, you're bored, you're shit talking in the car, and you got a bag full of fucking drugs. You
Oh
know
yeah.
it's worth money.
Let's go
You're
get
gonna
rid of
start
this shit.
slinging. Next thing you know, you're gonna have a cop in your rear view, and that whole night just turned around. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So
yeah.
it's like,
100%.
why are we trying to avoid that? Like, fuck that, man. Give me. So I'll
Yeah.
make a
That'd
Even
be
with
really
lifestyle
cool.
out of it.
I
with
said maybe you
us,
can
like,
bring it up. At the end of the day,
yeah.
remember you've got a voice. At least Leroy, somebody could maybe bring it through as well. You know, Leroy.
I gotta be honest. I might have a moment in time here where I feel like I could give a good opinion and it would be heard, at least.
Okay, as I
So
said, you're
I would
respected as well by the people around there. You know what I mean? So you could
gladly love
always
to give that
bring
opinion,
things through.
and my opinion is located in the criminal lifestyle. I want to be able to keep the guys interested and other people interested in their day to day. And one of the beauties that we have now is this drug, right? And I really think that if they understand the give, take, and spend aspect. You know, the more we make, the more we spend, right? So it's not
Sure.
going to hurt
Exactly.
us to bump a number or two. We're still going to spend the money on guns and stupid shit and jail fines. So
Never just that, even
Mhm.
realistically,
imports and
you
hideouts and
know,
this and that, the other. You know, I'm trying to
exactly.
say contributions on all sides. That's the thing.
Yeah,
At least when we got told that we couldn't be doing as many heists, we were stuck to a point, Tommy, where we were driving around, we were trying to do what they were saying, like go restaurants, this, that, and the other. But after going restaurants for an hour, we was really stuck to a point where we was like, what the
let's
fuck
do
are
a
we
job.
doing?
Let's do a job.
Not
Yeah.
even let's do a job, but it's the point of like, what are we actually doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it kills your
we're
vibe,
trying to
man.
find other stuff to do in it. You know, you can
Gold.
always be as creative as you want, and you can find something to do out of nothing. That's always going to
Yeah,
happen. But you know, it's always good to have that easy availability of to find something quick or to take a daddy on or something like that. Go take him to, you know, go sling
yes,
drugs or whatever. You know what I mean?
That's the
yes,
And
perfect
man.
I
thing to
feel like at
teach
the
new
moment there's
people.
not that much accessibility between obviously the criminal
Yeah.
lifestyle.
Hey, dear Doc, you remember our old ways of how we would pick up people? The first thing we would do
You run
was,
up like that
be me or
escalator
Dick.
and stuff.
No. We would take them and we take them on a car boost.
Right.
Oh,
In the old car,
That's
They
a good
used to
one.
be
when you go to
so shit.
Ricardo, you go to
That was a
Ricardo
good
and you
one.
get the guy, you give him a gun, you tell him, hey guy, I need you to shoot these two and I'm gonna steal the car. And he'd be a complete Danny. And it happened with me too. You know, that's the way Nick took me around as well. It's like you get that first burst of exhilaration. You know, you
Yeah.
get exhilarated by that whole chase.
That's what makes like at least what I've seen. It makes people stay.
or
You
the
know what I
first
mean?
time you ever do, you go into like the AOD warehouse or something, and you got that
The
adrenaline
Setties took
running.
us on the
Oh
first one, I
yeah.
think.
I think actually the first time we ever did that, yeah, it was with you guys. Like
I
Leroy
think
took us.
one of the best things, man, simply like I keep going back to it, but just this drug dealing. You'll be in your mode here, boom, boom, local, like totally zoned out, not even, and then whoop
Yeah, and
whoop,
they,
and you're
yeah,
like,
yeah, they just show
and
up
then
on you
it
out of
just
nowhere.
hits you, bro, like a ton of bricks, and you're just fucking gone. And
You
then
let
like
your
you
guard down
Yeah.
for a
can't match
second.
that. You can't match that,
Now
man.
the only thing that I don't, this is just my personal thing, is that all these locals are armed up. So as soon as
A
they,
little bit slower and armed up. Yeah, it's a little bit.
yeah, they
different
say
than
they
it was.
reject you, it's you know, you start getting shot at and you kind of have to
Yeah.
leave the area.
It's always
I-
been like that, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
no, no.
like it, but I don't. I'll be a critic on that as well. But if the numbers were bumped at the end of the day, and I'm not saying they will be or anything, I'm just theoretically, that would be nice because hell, it'll at least be worth the bullets you got to spend on them too.
No,
You
but
know
just
what
that
I
is
mean?
it's how like
Shit.
it's how a lot of people are receptive to how things work. You know what I mean? At times, obviously, you'll have a group with 30 people, and you know a lot of people will have the same ideology behind things, but maybe someone who needs money and stuff like that might just think shit. Instead of me going out and actually wasting my time doing something, I'll go do something else, make a bit of money, and I'll make 10k extra per brick, just putting it inside of the storage. So I mean, it's
That's
a
the
bit weird. It
killer.
rewards people to put put things in the storage and make an extra
I know.
15k on it. Then
I know, and
you
that's
know,
where my conflict is, and
it'd
I'm
be cool if
glad
they
that that
switched it
got brought
around.
up. It needs to be because that kind of sucks.
It does, because it's very hard,
Kind
obviously,
of
for you guys to
sucks.
actually do the drug thing, and especially whenever you got drugs, you can actually bring in what you're trying to do here. You know, outsourcing it to other people, not just making it just a you
Exactly,
thing. You know what I mean? You
not
actually
just a
made
gang thing.
thing from, well, not even just gangs. You could do it to another gang, and even if you've
Well,
done
they
it to
don't.
another
I
gang, at
don't
least
know.
you're bringing more shit towards them to do as well. You know, as long as you're giving people shit to do, that's the cool thing. You know, I get
Yeah,
what you're saying. It's cool to go to someone that ain't a gang as well, because it's different.
yeah, that or younger gang. You get it. You guys
Anything,
totally
yeah.
get it.
Or even
So,
send people on things to do, you know what I mean? As I said, it's not just selling the drugs, there's a lot behind it. So it'd be
so
cool if they switched it around or maybe changed the variable.
I'm gonna take at least a lot of that and kind of put that in perspective. I didn't
Okay, yeah.
even really
Well, take
think
some food,
about
go sell that
something
shit, see
much.
what you get off it, and as I said, tomorrow give me a
Oh
call
shit. Yeah. Thank you.
and see what you can do about it.
Okay.
But it
Yeah.
was good
Let's do
speaking to
that.
you. If you ever need
It was
anything, just let
great.
me
Yeah.
know.
Thank you,
Billy, if you
boys,
can,
ladies.
give Tommy your number and Tommy get Billy's number if you ever need
I think
anything.
I
Yes.
think I have his
Let's do
number.
that.
I believe I do. But let me give you a call.
Right.
I believe one time we met at the movie studio.
Probably.
There you go.
Too
Yep.
many people go through
My
that
man.
studio.
See,
Fucking
look
hell.
it.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah,
actually, call
100%.
me one more time, just for ha-has. I'll show you this. So, right, I flex my phone, my new phone.
There it is.
You
Hold
gotta
on, ready?
flex it again.
Wait. I watch this. Ready? Wait. It comes out. Now I flex my phone, and it's.
Ooh, okay.
Hey, how you doing? Now it's
How
my
you doing? How
phone.
you doing?
Now I
That's
shut
great.
the phone off, and then it's still my phone, right? I can send text messages, Twitter, all this shit. Now it works. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
And
great.
if I
That's
put my
great.
phone away, it's there, but then I just bye bye.
Boom.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yep. So it's like I said, a bit of a process, but cool as fuck, right? I
Oh,
love
yeah.
that thing. Come on. Come
Nah,
on.
it does look
That's-
really good, to
that's
be
the
fairly
flavor.
honest.
You called me. You asked for it, man. You asked for it.
It looks
Had to
great.
see the
You see the Nintendos?
No, I've been hearing about it though. You're fucking gonna make me fucking come on, stop, man. I got no money for this
Jesus
shit. Jeez,
Christ.
no.
How many
Got the
Nintendos have
phone
you
for
got
free.
still, Billy?
Like maybe like 20 something.
That's what
Do
I
they
mean.
work?
Why don't you check? If you
Yeah,
want,
they
we
work.
could change you
Oh,
a
fuck.
DS. How much are the DSs?
Depending on which one. Since the arcade's closing down, there's not gonna be any more made. They're gonna be extremely rare after that.
Okay, yeah, they said no, you never know. You could probably change one for a phone. I know, obviously, they're worth more, but I really don't know. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no,
You
not that.
trade
You
one
know,
for a couple phones.
That's what I'm
Yeah. We'll
saying.
talk
It
to the
don't
guy
cost you
making the
Sure.
fuck
phones.
all.
Hey.
And you get a 200k little piece DS or whatever. You never know. They're cool. You can play games on them the whole lot.
Multiplayer games too.
And then when they put the DS on the counter, right in the pocket it goes. You know what I'm saying? You get the phone, I get the DS, and then we leave fast. All right? Yeah.
Nah, yeah. I said, if you ever need one,
I'm
you
not
can always
shaming
ask him. You
anybody.
know what I mean? They're
Yeah,
cool
yeah,
little
just
things.
I know
Yeah,
Vito
no,
has
we
one.
got you, brother. Absolutely. You want to trade something up, you guys, anytime. I mean, that's the thing. I like the barter system as well as, it's not always about money. In this case, obviously, a little different, but for something like that, obviously, collectible will be collectible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
Whatever
just
you
one of
want to
them, you
Exactly.
know
do,
what I mean? I didn't know if
if
you've
you
seen them. They were
find
just a cool
some
little
value in
different
it, yeah.
collectible, you know? They was abstracts. You
I
could play little
do
games on them
know,
and shit, you know?
I
you talking
do
about the
know
arcade?
they cost 125 is what they were listed for yesterday. That's what I was told. So.
That's not bad. That's not bad price
How
at
much
all.
was you selling them at the start, Billy?
What, the DSs?
Yeah, because I remember
Those
when
were
they
like
came out, people were
150,
selling them
I
for
feel
like
like.
No,
£400,000 at the
I
start.
sold. I made, and this is just numbers alone.
Yeah,
I
he
made
made like
around
10, 20
14
million off 'em.
million
Oh Jesus.
DSs.
Yeah.
Well, a majority of the share though. Like, I only made 20% commission from it because it went back to the owner, which then he reinvested in getting the pool hall and the bumper cars in the
Oh,
here over there.
fucking some kids came here the other day. Well, shouldn't say that. One event we had, and they were trying to sell a DS.
Yeah,
They
so
thought we were like a
re-
pawn shop or something.
yeah, recently a lot of the people he hired figured out the recipe. They started pumping out the DSs left, right,
Yeah,
and center.
literally, they were running around like, "Who wants a DS? Who wants a
replicating.
DS? Who wants a DS?" I'm
Yeah,
like, what the fuck?
that's why I stopped selling mine because I know since the arcade, from what I hear, is potentially getting shut down.
See, I gotta be honest. Maybe that's where I heard that 150 from, brother. Was because homie was like, "Yeah, I gotta sell it." Maybe that's where I
Oh yeah,
heard it.
To be
Crazy
and
fairly
shit,
honest,
man.
even though you've got all the games on there, it's still not as cool as the phone. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I
That
don't
phone was
phone's
know.
sick.
cool.
I don't
The
know. The
phone's cool.
phone is pretty sick, but to know those DSs have games on them now, because they
Yeah.
used to just be
Yeah, this
Oh,
something
should
they
that
be
didn't
you'd
have nothing.
find
mhm.
at a house. You know what I'm
Do you have
Yep.
saying?
one on you, by any
No,
chance?
I don't. No, I
I was
don't.
gonna say.
Fortunately.
I mean, I
What
remember the
games do they
first
have on
time
them? They
I
have Pac-Man,
swooped one of
Tetris, all
those.
that
I was
sort of
like,
shit.
what?
No, they got like
Pokemon on there.
Uno with friends. No, they don't have Pokemon. They have Uno with friends where you can play online. So you got like a
What?
LAN party right here. Yeah, you can play online with people.
Oh
They got a
shit!
bunch of different. They're all online games. You can play with people
Wow,
around the city.
that's
You just connect
fucking
to each other.
awesome.
So in their hideouts as well, you can put arcade, like you can put these like arcade machines, and
Yeah,
they let you play Pokemon at least. I don't know if you've seen them.
I have. I don't want to be disrespectful, but from a
They're
different
fucking
place, if you
shit,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying. I've
Oh, I
seen a
get you, I
couple
get you.
different
Mhm.
arcades and such like that and
Oh yeah.
homes.
They don't seem too bad.
hmm
They seem like they had loads of games, to be honest.
It depends on the one you get. I'm gonna say that because I've seen some pretty interesting stuff as far as
Oh yeah.
game rooms go. You can
Oh yeah.
get one thing I can say pretty strongly is if you have your own place, there's especially if you were the one that brought it in and you have the blueprints for it, there's a bunch of different shit we can talk about. Maybe in like, on the phones later on or something, I could help you out. But you could change and add, and so long as it was allowed, you could put all that shit in your house.
Well, some of them would be good actually. Some of that you actually
Hmm.
offered us ages ago. If we can send you a place and you can check if it's good, because that's what we've been doing at the moment. We've been buying a lot of places, but
I
obviously it's
mean,
hard to see them at times on the videos. Is that the other? And I remember at least you said that you used to
yo,
at
I
least
fuck
like
around
doing
with
that
all that
shit, didn't
still.
you? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, I fuck around with the cars, I fuck around with the houses a little bit. I know a bunch of people that do both.
Why don't you start trying to do
Cool.
it for this place?
I was considering it, honestly.
Would be worth
I
it, as I
have.
said.
I feel like yeah, I'm just gonna stop there. Sometimes you gotta
Okay, yeah.
show the pro sometimes you gotta come through with something.
Fair
You know,
enough.
that's the type of person I am.
It'll be cool to check it though. You know what I mean? But as I said,
Yeah,
it was a
yeah.
pleasure. I don't want to waste any more time.
No,
But
I
if you need
appreciate you
anything,
guys.
just give
Thank
us a
you.
call.
Likewise. Thank
I
you
just got
very
one
much.
question. Is the mayor coming back?
Oh, you wanna
I
break my
wish.
heart, man?
You can't speak about that, man. It's a
I know,
forbidden
but
Oh,
listen,
subject.
listen.
oh man.
My first days when I first came and I landed at the airport was I got picked up by some taxi and he said I have to be a taxi driver for the mayor. So he gave me a limo and I was a taxi driver and I picked up Eden and I picked up the mayor.
No, you
And
don't.
it was him and I forget who. It was an old guy. He was like a banker too. I forget his name nowadays, but he was an amazing banker before
Richardson.
Schlumberg. So there you go. There you go.
Richards. Yep.
Legend. That
We
guy
extorted
hired
him
me.
for $5 million.
Yep, that guy hired me. And they were
Motherfucker.
stealing cocaine in the back of the car. And it was
Yes.
amazing.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yo. Yo, hold on. You gotta take a little bit of your time for a second.
Yeah.
The fucking okay. So back in the day, we had a whole bunch of dealings with him. Great guy. He was
Oh, yeah.
good at bringing the goods. I loved him.
Right.
We ended up selling him yayo with the fucking limo. He went to his house, got trailed by the feds, got nailed. They sent a warrant out for Pete Bakersfield because Richards rolled on Pete. They had a warrant. At the time, the what was it? Somebody in police was really tight with James Cactus,
Mm-hmm.
and James Cactus was a Versetti. So the DOJ or whoever this person was, Chris Kyle was his name,
Oh, I remember
ended
Oh,
up
Chris Kyle.
he ended up fucking telling us that there was a warrant for Pete because of the fucking shit that we sold him and the drugs and shit. So we went and moved everything. A few
Oh
days
my
later,
god.
Pete got nailed. They found nothing, dude. It was fucking gold. We
Oh, that's
came back,
amazing.
and that's why we extorted Richards for the $5 million, was because we found out he ratted on us. So
Oh,
if you
that's
had anything to
amazing.
do with that limo and Coke Bricks, Pete and Richards, you might have been there. You
Yeah, I
That's
fucking
was
might
funny
there.
have been
shit.
there, bro.
Yeah, because I remember we picked up Eden from Burger Shack because that's what she worked at the time.
Wow, dude. Wow. Wow. You're gonna like
Oh, it was
fucking
good
break
time.
my heart a little bit.
That was
Those are
good
the good
times,
old
and that
days,
was like
dude.
the best
Wow.
first experiences because I meet the mayor, and from that point forward, anytime I
Holy
see them at the
shit.
mechanic shop or anything, I'll be like, "Mr. Mayor, how you doing? It's my mayor right
Yeah.
here."
That's
Dude,
the thing
the
with Pete, man. I
man.
don't think he understood the appreciation that he had from many people. You know what I mean? Because he was very good
I
at what
mean,
he did.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm gonna
And at
show
the
I
him
end, I
think he
don't
this
think
here.
he
understood the
did get. No,
appreciation.
no, listen.
I just
I
don't
don't
think
think at the
the
end. I don't think he did. Like
He
he
definitely
did
is
make a
way too
change, even
humble,
like Billy
man.
just said. You know what I mean? When he was a
yeah.
Danny, is the reason he stays around.
No,
I
no,
just,
Some, you know, he
such a
brings
good
the
dude.
goods. It's a bit of a
no,
crime that we
but
don't have him no more. You know.
I just think sometimes you know how we kind of got the way we were feeling the other day, how we got pushed into thinking what we were doing, was a certain way, and we can't do things a certain way. The same thing happened with Nick and us when we were doing the broke boy stuff back in the day, and
Yeah, a lot of people
then
get there.
it
I
just
don't.
gets to the point where you think you're providing and you're doing good stuff, but then you get told something and it just gives you a sour taste in your mouth. And it's
get
like,
demotivated.
what's the point? Yeah, it's like, what's
You
the point?
know, we went through a lot of that. We felt that ourselves, ups, downs, questionable moments, hard standpoints where we were arguing with people, ready to lose things, ready to give things up. Pete is just, unfortunately, for what I can say here, things were done, things transpired, words were said, and moves
Things
were
went
made.
sour.
Yeah, things were taken, and once things are taken, it kind of, on both sides, I understand both arguments. I understand the reason things were taken. I
That's the
understand the
worst thing
reason
about it. You know what I
there
mean?
was
There's a lot of unfair
frustration.
things that happens, and that was like a
Yeah,
bit between
you
both
couldn't.
sides, and that was
Yeah,
sort of,
you're stuck. You're
sort of,
like,
yeah, it's
oh,
cool.
you're like, it makes sense. And only thing at that point would have been time to heal the wound on both ends. And I think both parties involved are um as dedicated to their willpower and their word as they are. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
it's like
100%.
it's
Just
like
two very
putting two
stubborn people on
bulls
both
against
sides.
each other. Yeah, essentially, yeah.
It's funny
I'll
you
tell you
said that
like
is.
this, Mr. Bakersfield never breaks his character. I slip
Oh
in
yeah.
and out.
Hey,
It falls sometimes. Bakersfield never breaks.
how
He
you doing,
broke that
fella?
day. He
Yeah,
broke that
he
day to talk. I couldn't believe it.
It's sad to see happen, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? As I said, he always had good intentions, so you never know. Maybe in the future he might come back.
I
As I
I
mean,
said,
keep chipping at him every day, guy. I ain't gonna
that's what you
lie to you. I
gotta
was
do,
standing
bro.
up here
Every day. You know what I'm
yesterday.
saying?
All the boys were up here, and I just had this sensation. And I pulled probably the biggest no-no, and I'm admitting to it. I straight fucking went over here and said, "You motherfucker, where are you at, man? I miss you." You know what I mean, dude? Like,
sometimes
I'll
people just
admit
need
it.
a little
It's like, come
break,
on, buddy, get your ass back. I miss you.
I'll be very honest, for the
But as I
past
said, even if you had
six
to get all the boys, you know what I mean, just to do a little tax every month, like 10K a boy, just to get him a ticket. You know what I'm saying? And just be
Oh,
like,
I've even
listen,
offered that, man.
that's what I
I
mean.
offered it. He told me no. I
I offered you
literally,
guys to pay for it
uh,
at least when I was with you guys. I was like, fuck it, it'd be
me
cool
and
to give it
Mikey
back.
put up the money. I had the cash in hand. I'm glad I didn't do it because when I offered it to him, I was like more or less. I should have said that I already had it, if you know what I mean. But I didn't. I just said
I think
I'll
that's
get
the
it.
best
We
thing that you
have the
can do,
money,
Tommy. It it
and
happened to my boy at least. He didn't
yeah.
come around for a very long time, and he got back on one of the days, and he had told me, "Don't buy me a ticket." I was like, yeah, this, that, the other. We went and done a jewelry store between me and my boy. I put in like
And
an extra
fucking
200K. I bought him a
Yeah.
ticket. He didn't come around for 10 days. I was thinking, shit, man. I think I
Fucked
made a
up,
bad decision
right?
here, you know what I mean?
You
Then he came back
see,
around every single day and it gave him the chance to think, shit, I'll come back around.
yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I want him to do. Is even if he didn't and he did waste it, at least try a night, two, something. Wake up, stretch your legs, and
No, if just
and
that,
see
just
some
make it clear
faces.
to him.
Like,
Be like, listen, I
hear
don't
some
give a fuck about the
stories. I
money, you
mean,
know what I mean? I paid for it. If you want to come in, come in. If you don't, don't.
exactly. Don't think about it as anything more or less. But I think he needs to hear something like what you just said. That alone is
Well,
pure
just what
gold.
Billy said, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh my god.
him being a Danny and one of the reasons coming back was Pete. That'd be something
Yeah,
I would like to hear, you know?
it's what I'm saying, man. That is big shit right there, dude. He would really like to hear that from you. I know he would. Because again, he's humble. We're all humble to what we do. Everyone, oh, legend this, legend. No, stop. We're all people. We might have just been here too long. But to hear it sometimes is really nice. I think he should hear it more. And that
Oh,
might help.
100%. And I remember telling him that story, and he would laugh about it with me, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, Richard, this, yeah, that guy was." It'd be a funny time every time we talk about it. 'Cause he would come by when I was at Auto Exotic, and then Los Santos Customs, and when we opened up Harmony 68 and
Well, even
Sandy.
us, when we was with the Gonzalez, we had a call, yeah, because we had this free guy and he got caught up by the Vassettis because we had like a few understandings, so we were shooting at each other, going back and forwards.
Me and Free
And
have always had a little thing too, just
it
so
was
you
funny
know.
as fuck, bro. It was funny as fuck.
We've
So
always had a
basically, you
thing.
guys had got him, yeah. So you guys had dressed him up as a woman and drove him around for like an hour. Back in the days when like being toxic was the thing, you know, because we would do
Yeah.
it, everyone would do it. It wasn't
Yeah.
actually toxic back then. It was actually funny as fuck.
It was like a parading at the time.
When
It
he
kinda
told us
fucking was
about
fun.
it, we was trying to be serious, but we just burst out laughing. It was like, not way.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. It got to a point where I had to like stop and remind him because one of my guys was like, "Yo, he's breaking, and I was like, "Yeah, it's not my problem." You know what I mean? He's gotta learn. And then it got to a point where I feel like he really did. Like I was like, "Yo, stop the car," and I like got him out the car, unhandcuffed him, and was like, "Dude, it ain't even like that. Like if I gotta let you go, I'll let you go, but don't
Yeah, don't
do
worry
that."
about it.
Like,
I
don't
said
do
he was
that.
one of them, you know what I mean? But it was funny at least.
Yeah, but no, he chilled out, and then honestly, if I'm correct, he ended up catching a lick back later and gunned me down. So, what goes around comes around. I mean,
Probably
he
did. I
got
think
what
it
he
was
wanted
us at
on me.
least being
So,
Eddie. But
yeah, I
what
was just saying,
happened
he gunned
is
me
it
down
came.
for it.
What I
So,
was trying to get at is at least Pete. So Pete, before he killed Free, he called us up and he done his Peter and accent, you know what I mean? Like how Pete is. And he's like, howdy, Barner, this, that, the other. He's like, you gotta come with your boys. Like, well, no, sorry, he didn't say that. That was you. But before that, he had called us and he said, hello, I'm the mayor. I'd like to speak to you. And at the time, I had a warrant out by PD, but I had 3 stacked warrants. So for 9 days, I had warrants keep going.
oh shit.
So I was thinking, shit, man, this guy's gonna fuck me over. He's a cop or something.
Right. He's a fed. Hell yeah.
And then I found out he was a Vassetti 10 minutes later because you called me, and I was like, shit, I put one and one together.
Yeah.
And I was like, fucking Pete. But just the conversation that I had with him, 10 out of 10, you know what I mean? Like, very intriguing. He's good.
Yep. We met him, and he was Versetti when he was mayor. We were Versetti before that. Yep, he drove old car around is what he would call it, old car, and that was his only car until he got the limo, which we got because we had Drusilla's, which was here. And
What
the
about
only reason
Johnny?
you
You
could
hear
have
about him
the
anymore?
yeah, I actually talked to Johnny earlier today.
You do? You speak to him a
Yeah,
lot still?
I keep in contact with Johnny. It's funny because he's a marshal and he was here the other day.
Okay,
And
yeah.
on the radio, I heard him say something to him about, Johnny's a Versetti, and he repeated it to me like, yeah, they call me a Versetti still. And then and then they kind of were like, I could tell they asked him where he was at because when he hit the radio, he goes, yeah, I'm at Malibu. And then he starts laughing. He hit the radio and started laughing, and he goes,
Okay, yeah.
he goes, yeah, they just said I was definitely a Versetti because I was at Malibu.
No, but he
Like,
disconnected quite well, you know what I mean? He stayed,
oh yeah,
he stayed
he's
middle ground,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
no, the only thing Johnny will ever do is just let me know if something's out of line. You
I
know what I
do.
mean? If the boys have done something that is just, dude, talk to him, something, that's the only thing he'll do. And like I told him, dude, you got to do what you got to do. And I expect to be in handcuffs from you. So
Yeah,
far as
you're a
all
cop.
that goes, yeah, exactly. But if somebody's out of line, you just do what you got to do. I don't care. You know
I
what I
know,
mean?
but it's
That's,
nice when you got someone to speak to you and not someone who just sends you
yeah,
away straight away, you know? Because at
he
times some
gives,
people need to understand things
yeah,
like getting spoke to and not just getting sent
but
away, you know?
there's no real privilege, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh,
It ain't
100%
like
no.
that. No, Johnny's gonna, if you fuck up, even back when Johnny was a Versetti, Leroy sold drugs in front of Johnny's, and Leroy fired him and made him go to rehab to get his job back. Like, that's
What, the
just
rehab
Johnny.
centre?
He literally made him go to Pillbox, and this was back in the day when Paco was around. And
Fucking
Paco,
Paco and
fuck
Chewy, he was
yeah.
great.
Paco, man. I
So
love Paco.
Paco sat there in the room for like an hour and a half, man, asking him. Paco is a fucking G. He hit it spot
10
on.
out
He
of
got the
10.
rehab going. He got the whole. Leroy was in there crying, breaking down about his family and his familias, all this whole thing. It was fucking beautiful. Leroy got clean, never sold drugs in front of Johnny's, got his job back, whole thing. But that's just who Johnny was, you know what I mean? He didn't let little shit slide, so he won't do. He's the same
He
person
seemed
now.
alright. I remember when we went and tried to get Ichabod at least for Johnny, because I don't know if he was around, but Johnny at least, he was on Ichabod's hit list. So Ichabod, he had like an evil
Oh,
list not too long ago. And Johnny was on one of his numbers. So at least
oh
when I was
shit.
with you guys, we had seen that.
No
So between
shit.
four of us, we had said, fuck it, let's go get him. So we went
Yeah.
to look for him, and we seen he just pulled into the daddy door. So it's a bit of a meh situation, but he sort of just diced Johnny. He just diced Johnny.
Oh
So it was like,
shit.
fuck it, we'll speak to him. It was me, Billy, and Alexis. So we was just trying to like intrigue him. We was like, yeah, we got someone who's possessed. We need help. Really, really good story, to be honest.
Right,
We
right.
had Alexis dressed up as some old woman. She was like sitting in the church like if she was possessed. We went up to him. He was doing all this fucking ritual or whatever. We put
Yeah.
snub noses to his head. We took him up to the quartz center. Halfway through it, 5 Sandakus pull up with snub noses as well, shooting at us. We luckily
Everybody wanted a piece.
drop off the car with Ichabod in. We start running through the quartz center. We called the Sandakus up mid shooting at them after we deced a few. We're like, yo, is that you? They're like, yeah, yeah.
Right.
So we stopped the gunfire. We actually had a talk. Ichabod came. We all spoke. And it was really good
Jesus
shit, man.
Christ,
Ichabod
literally,
actually was sound as fuck. And he was just telling us what happened with Johnny. And he said he wouldn't go after him again.
Yeah,
But really
that's
good shit,
fucking crazy.
All
Yeah,
just down to
I,
Johnny in the end because he was on that list. But it was a good little thing that went on.
yeah, hell yeah.
But
And
anyway, as I
Johnny
said,
too, back in the day, real quick, it used to be a Johnny's company, Versetti Co. is what it was. Johnny's a Versetti company is what it was called, the actual business.
used to
They
have all
went
the
as
pictures too.
they went as far as taking Versetti Co. off of it. So if that doesn't prove something to you,
Okay, yeah.
they
What
shut me
about them
down,
fucking
man. It
Gambees?
broke
Have you
my
spoke
heart.
to any of them?
Who?
The old Gambees.
Yeah, I've spoken to him. I've seen Rezo. I've seen a couple
You
of
know
them.
Jay? Jay
I
Soprano.
believe yes.
You get along with him? What do you think of him?
I
You must know
had
him a bit better,
no
you know?
qualms. I have no qualms with any of the old Gambettis.
I get you.
When they left, when that generation left, we were on good terms. I fucked around with Angelo and them when he was a leader, not Rezo. I fucked
I get
around
you.
with them in turf one time. They stepped on our toes and we shot them down. Other than that, though, we kind of chalked that up to like, yo, good round, good shit. We understood, no big deal.
I get you. I just have a
Sam
good friend of
and
them at
those
least.
Gambettis, we did not get along.
Yeah, I know what happened there. We had a
Yeah,
war with them as well. Doc can tell you. We was beating
yeah,
them at least. We beat them. But they
yeah.
was
We
running
took their
around with
turf
like
from them.
12 people.
Yeah, they come in
And we would
over
just deced like
stacked
fucking
up.
12 of them. And we'd see like 13 bodies
Them
and shit. And we'd
fuckers,
be sitting
man.
there thinking, fuck,
I was not happy with them.
But
Not
you
at
would
all.
really like them, man. They're all Gambees they sound. I was speaking
The
to
old ones
one
are
of my
fucking
good
cool as hell.
boys. And he was speaking with Jay. So he was having a
Yeah.
conversation with Jay. And Jay was like, yo, you know where the fuck this fat fuck is or something like that. He's like, he's my father. He's some guy with a
Oh
cigar.
yeah.
Yeah. And he was
Yeah.
telling me apparently that he was dodging his calls. Then he said he was having a weird situation. So I was like, maybe if you speak to Wicker Bard, he's like, no way, I have to speak to a fucking receptionist nowadays. They all seem well pissed. And I was like, well, I don't know, just speak to them and see if you can get things sorted. But I think there's a big drama between them lot. It seemed funny as fuck when you heard him explaining it, at least with the Italian thing, you know?
Back in the day, Tony left the
Killed them all, I know.
Gambettis and then went with the Russians that were their arch nemesis.
We
and
all
the
know it,
Russians,
mate.
yeah, man, it was the fucking.
But that's why it
biggest
was
fuck
funny
you.
when I heard it all. I was like, fucking hell, not again.
Yeah,
At least the day
right?
after, when that happened,
man.
I went and spoke to Angelo and we was getting tips on how to fight Tony because we was the first war the commission had. And they just completely fucked us up though, you know what I mean? Because they was
Russians
fucking
back
all
then?
in shame back then. It was like a daddy
holy
group.
fuck, dude. Yeah.
But even
We
Tony said
took
it was
a
a really
few
fun
lickings
war.
from them.
Yeah,
We took
it
a
was
couple
only
I
a
remember
lickings
that.
from
I
them.
remember when you
war
guys
thing.
were the Russian. Yeah, I remember that.
It lasted like 2 days, but we got
They
yeah,
never
we
got
got
me, and I
service.
dropped like fucking 5.
Yeah, you did right. I
Hey,
did
when we
storage.
finally got some shooters in the gang, we were able to fucking hit them. But back in the day when they first hit us, man, I was like under a rebuild.
Yeah, but
bunch
this
of
isn't
new
even the
guys.
Russians,
Oh
man.
my
This is
God.
when no one could even get guns, Tommy, and they were running around with snub noses and advance rifles. you know
Yeah,
what
that's
I
when
mean?
those snub noses first came
People
out.
couldn't
That
even get
sounds like
guns. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, what the
Oh
fuck?
yeah,
Where did all
trust
these
me.
guns?
Trust me, bro. I know because any fight that I had with them after that first war was just purely over advantaged. They were just out. They
Yeah.
outgunned us. They
We was
outgunned
running
us,
there with
out
like
armored
fucking
us,
micro
out everything.
Uzis. They all had back 11s, Scorpions,
We were
snub.
fucked. Yeah, trust me, I know. They were stacked beyond stacked because they were fucking. Yeah, let's not even get into it.
It is what it is. But it was funny as shit. As I said, I did like the story between it, you know what I mean? In the end of the day, we just got access to gun repair, so it was a win-win on both sides, you know, because they was level 5s.
Yeah.
What good comes out of all situations.
I don't know.
But
if
yeah,
they
as I
suck,
said,
huh?
maybe
Do they still
reconnect
got
with a
that
few
or
of them
no?
because they have got that old vibe, the campaigns at least. And
Yeah,
I feel like they
did
are
actually
lacking
see
a
their
bit of
little,
old presence, you know?
I saw their little thing down at that the studio there. They did like some talk show. I don't know. It was pretty
Oh yeah, the
interesting.
guy who does a talk show is out, but good for
Yeah,
people. He's funny as fuck,
Frankie's
bro.
daughter and son are fucking and some
Yeah,
incest
mate, the
shit.
whole fucking family there. I don't even know the
Yeah.
tree
Did
nowadays.
you
They're all
see
fucking
that?
related.
That shit kind of had me laughing. I ain't gonna lie. At first, I
I'm
was
not
like,
too
Vito, what
sure.
the
We
fuck
had
did
some
you
guy who's
take me
called
to?
Fabuni or Fabuccini. I forgot his fucking name. But yeah, he's one of them. Like,
Oh, Ricardo?
Yeah, Riccardo Benucci.
Ricardo, Fabuccini,
Oh, that guy's
Bellucci,
class.
Benucci,
How you
Benucci.
doing?
Yeah, that
He's
guy's pure
funny as
class.
fuck, though, bro.
That's
He's the
nice.
guy I get along with, at least out of him. And
Good.
he was doing the talk show on the series and shit as well. He's funny as fuck.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Funny
Yeah,
as fuck,
them
bro.
guys
Really good,
are,
top notch.
they're really good at what they bring. There's no doubt.
I'm not saying they're all like healthy or anything like that. You need to obviously experience a lot more on that sense. But at least to have a little conversation with, they seem funny as fuck. You hear other people maybe like Rezo, shit like that. They seem a little bit more stuck up. Like I had this the other day, this Frankie guy, I think it was. Like he would
Frankie.
speak to us with respect, nice, everything.
I love Frankie.
But then we went past another car and there was some Danny who jumped out and he had no eyebrows. But he wasn't a complete Danny. And I don't even like using the word Danny, but at least the guy said, yo, that's a Danny. He said he's got no eyebrows. He said, fuck you, you know what I mean? We can't get in my car. And we was like, oh, jump in the car, we'll go get your eyebrows or whatever.
Yeah, trying to
But
help
they
him.
lack the sense of, trying to help a little bit, the other people. That's the thing. A lot of people that have
They're
been there for a long
established-
time, they get put in the bubble of that they're more important because they've been there 3 years,
They're
That's what I felt a
established and
little bit bad when I seen the
they
Danny.
don't feel they need it, which is, I don't know, pitiful in my opinion, but
But
whatever.
it's cool, I like
I
helping out
used to
little
like,
people,
when I
man?
first came to the city, I used to actually like how they did that at Job Center. Like, if you first, right when you come in, they had a lot of people that would sit there and like
Help you.
kind of guide you.
Yep.
I mean, they
Does
do
help
that.
you.
They still have that in like some sense right now with the door.
Hey,
Well,
hold
yeah,
on,
we
let's,
talking about that old Job Center.
I'm coming.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
would actually
Be
come and
there.
help.
Nah, you're
Well, at
good,
least
I'm
you didn't
coming
get
down.
questioned back then. It was more help. But yeah,
Yeah,
anyway, we
alright.
don't want to waste more time being
No,
fucking
you're good, man.
ages.
It's
But
been a
it's
great
great
fucking
always, you know what I
conversation.
mean?
It's always good, man. That's what I'm saying. No hate, no lie. It's all love. Appreciate you
I said,
guys.
just
So,
sort out an appointment for tomorrow whenever you're ready.
yes,
See, obviously, the economics on it,
similar
see what you
time if
could
that's
do.
okay.
It's
Yeah,
all good.
perfect.
We're around to these
All right,
times.
cool. Then we'll make it work.
But it was a pleasure. Take care. All right, Tommy. Have a good one.
Likewise, my man.
Alrighty,
Likewise,
guys.
everyone. Thank
it
you
easy.
guys, and ladies.
You just set up a little pool tournament up here as well with the pool
Yeah,
tables.
need to. If I can start spending some real money up here,
No, no. $100K buying each, you know what I'm saying?
That poker tournament was something else.
You guys used to do that at the Drusillas all the time.
huh? Yep. Drusilla's poker tournaments, man. I
Why
am
don't you
burnt
ask
the
if you can
fuck
get
out
poker
from
tables here?
tournaments.
Have you not
Holy
seen the
shit.
poker tables at the
I
casino?
want nothing to do with that shit anymore.
No.
I am burnt the fuck out from poker.
I don't know.
Me,
Even if you
personally,
send someone
never
to do it,
again.
you know, CJ Leroy, maybe even the bone man, Sergio.
Oh my
Maybe
god.
they'll like to do it.
Fucking
But anyway, it was a
poker
pleasure
nights.
as always.
Hey, y'all have a good one, huh?
Take care, Tommy. Have a good
Take care, take care.
You too.
Hey, where did y'all run off to?
But yeah, the poker's decent.
Yeah, they used to do that a lot.
Yeah, bro. Zeus was up 400K the other day, and then he went all in and lost.
Oh.
Hey, unlock this car? Oh, we'll just take that car. Fuck this car. Just come in this.
Thing is, I've got a warrant out most likely, so be careful in this girl.
Do you?
Maybe.
I
yeah,
told
'cause
you
what you
about
told me.
the bullet cases and this and that. The
Yeah,
other
yeah,
day, and
yeah,
the car
yeah,
getting
yeah.
away and him looking
Perfect.
for us.
Hey, listen, can we go back to the bando so I can finish my mathematics?
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in the middle of that.
And so I can pay you guys and then chill. It's just mainly you and Tokyo for now, because Doc wasn't on these
I don't know,
223
they're all the
jobs.
jobs.
I gotta pay Icy.
Still, at least it
Zoom.
gets a step closer, you know what I mean, to get to the future
Yeah.
jobs.
Yeah.
Maybe even it will get to a point now where we might even need to hold on to some.
I mean, we're sitting at 300 gems right now, and then Stan just said he'll buy some more soon, so
Maybe, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what we might need to start saving some.
yeah.
Like, not stop selling, I'm saying, like, instead of sending them to the pawn shop, we might need to sell some more, like,
Store,
save
yeah.
some more.
I got you.
Better profits as well. But yeah, as I said, Tommy, I really don't mind helping him out, even if it's a few K less on a few bricks, you know, he just so he gets his thing sorted.
Oh, for me, dude,
He's
I give
got
two
a-
shits if we sell them at a loss.
He's
dude.
got a
Just
good
having
rep too, you know. So
that, like, just having that.
But not just that, he wants us to go do trip runs and stuff, so it brings
Yeah,
the meaning
no.
behind going out and doing them.
sure,
Exactly,
because
but
that's
like-
exactly a reason to go do them.
For me, just having that, you know, connection. I know you already have that connection built, right? But just having connections like that with a bunch of these groups is what I'm here for. You know, I could care less about the money.
Plus, it's Sam with that shit, you know what I mean? It's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, we're not losing money.
Yeah, how good is it that we don't have to see the Benny's flag here and not? I don't know how it changed or who changed
know
it or
either.
if someone did, but fair play,
I
you know
know
what I mean?
how. The thing is,
I don't
they
know
how.
actually changed original Venice dough, if you know what that means.
Oh, yeah. That's good then.
Yeah.
Because that was fun.
So if you go to Venice, you won't see Venice outside either. You'll see it inside. So you are using that same dough.
I was gonna say, I was like, that's a bitch when I seen the bennies on the.
Yeah, I know. I didn't like it either. But now it's playing and it's good.
a mini mechanic or something.
Yeah. Actually, if you go to Venice, now the things is the Venice is written inside the dough, same like ours. There are the things inside too.
What was that, sorry?
I was just saying, Venice is written inside the dough, like yours. It's painted differently.
Oh, I get you. Still, though, it's the same shit. If they've changed that, it's probably changed because of that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just give me 2 seconds, though, anyway. I'm just trying to do something for a second.
Okay.